Mine is a reaction, a technical reaction on the story going around that Section X is out to kill Raila Amolo Odinga. I want to give an expert opinion about Section X. But before giving an expert opinion on Section X, allow me to say that for Raila to come out and say that his life is in danger is reckless, and it can cost many lives. Why am I saying so? In February 1994, Jaramogi Oginga died, and for quite some time, a few days, there was tension, especially in some areas of Nyanza province, where there was a feeling that he may have been murdered. It was upon his brother and his two sons to come out and clarify that he died a natural cause, although the sickness that was there was made worse by his constant state harassment. We have some people who may hate Raila with a passion, or who may hate the country with a passion, or both such hatred to Raila and the country at a go. Such people may come out and kill him. And killing him may, by the time the country goes back, this single person, just by his death, other than a natural death, would really cause a lot of problems. I don't work for the government, and should the government have such an idea, then it would be a reckless government. I remember somebody, can't really recall him, but there was a president who was being told, why do you keep such a person in your government when he adds no value to your government? And the president, whoever that president is, reacted by saying, it is better to have him in the tent peeing outside than have him outside peeing into the tent. Whatever we are going through, whatever we may go in future, and whatever we have gone through in the past, courtesy of one Raila Amolo Odinga, anything short of a confirmed natural death would really put our country back to an extent that it would take long, more than even a decade, to be where we are, where we started from. So I think, since I don't work for the government and I cannot say that it is true he is doing that or is not doing that, I would say that should there be such a plan, then that would be reckless. And it is also reckless on the part of Raila, finding that his life is in danger for him to go public. He will cause tension, and I know he wants to gain some bonker points through such attention, but also somebody else, as I've said, somebody else can take advantage, and there is nothing he or us can gain. There is also another careless things I've seen on his part. He is a VIP. The way he's mingling with people, there's a time when it is on KTN News, where he was at a rooftop with Oparanya, and somebody was seen with a jacket. Then the jacket was thrown and it fell between him, on his shoulders, and Oparanya's shoulders. That jacket could contain chemicals. It is too risky for him the way he is going near people. So that is my 5 pence piece of it. But I want to talk about X, the Killer Squad X. It is unfair to go to the archives of the Directorate of Security Intelligence, pick there something that was happening previously come with it to gain political mileage. We have changes. CID is now called DCI. Special branch, we changed from special branch to Directorate of Security Intelligence. It later changed to NIS. The Killer Squad X was banned in November 1992. So coming with it 30 years later, although there could be a killer squad because I don't work for the government, but X was disbanded and it was not used. We even have the Rivayala team which was there a few months ago. So since I don't work for this current government, I don't know whether there's such a thing or anything. But I want to take my second and final part of the topic to talk about Section X. It was banned in November 1992, if not December 1992, before the multi-party elections. Section X in the Nyati House used to be for production, and X, there are two X's, is it 7 or 8 or 8 or 9, two of them. They were directly connected to the deaths of Bishop Alexander Kipsang Muge, and they were also directly connected to the death of Robert Ouko. These two sections, one was surveillance and the other one was for the dirty games. These are the two sections which were in X. The head of X was X, just X, but his deputy was called X1. Then there was section X2, which was headed by a senior superintendent, such a thing. But dirty tricks were done with the two sections I've said. One section was surveillance, and the other one was the hostile surveillance section. These ones are the killer. But in November 1992, the head of production, Section X in Nyati House, was a civilian. I'm sorry to talk about his tribe because I've never remembered his name. Even if you had approached me in January 1993, I would not tell you his name. But he was a Kikuyu, and he was a civilian. When he was a civilian, he was when the section was disbanded, he was made a senior assistant commissioner of police, and Corporal Barnabas Lubisia, the person who was caught red-handed twice on Ouko murder, was promoted from corporal to chief inspector, and others and others. So this taking a textbook of what was happening in 1992 and bringing them up here, especially to create tension because of political mileage, is unfair, to say the least. But what I would like to say is that if it is true that there is something to harm Raila, the last thing I would have advised him is to go public. To go public, because it is when Okondo went public that the ex-department of Nyati House came and killed Bishop Muge. So that one, to me, it's a careless and reckless thing that should not have happened in the first place.